This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, we now bring you a discussion on the second phase of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. The participants are Shekhar Iyer, political analyst, and Aditi Tandon, journalist.
Address to the nation on Tuesday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the extension of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, a free ration scheme that will provide 5 kg rice or 5 kg wheat to every member of the 80 crore families that are covered under the scheme. And as we know, Mr. Iyer, this scheme was initially announced in April, and Prime Minister on Tuesday has extended the scheme by 5 more months, which takes it till the end of November. And the scheme was the part of an initial pro-poor package which was announced after the lockdown was rolled out in view of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. How important do you think is this scheme?
That announcement actually means India will be running one of the world's largest food security program. As you mentioned, the free food for the very poor people was announced in the month of March as soon as lockdown came into effect. And it was to cover the months of April, May and June. After that, there has been a lot of demand saying that like states like Bihar, which received a lot of migrant workers, they wanted it up to September. And there were also pleas that it could be extended by, say, another few months. But the Prime Minister decided that they should be given a longer lease, actually up to the end of November, which means it's going to be one of the longest and largest food security program. And the Prime Minister mentioned his nationwide address. This is going to see actually an additional expenditure of about 90,000 crore. Now, what exactly is the program? You see, in the month of March, when the Prime Minister made the announcement that every poor family, in addition to whatever they are entitled to under the targeted PDS, they will get 5 kilograms of rice or wheat, completely free of cost, along with 1 kilogram of pulses. And in terms of population, this was to cover about 80 crore population, which is about 800 million people. So this is, in terms of sheer size, in terms of volume, this is a massive program because a lot of people have gone from the cities to the villages. So there is a huge demand in the rural areas for jobs. We have already seen the Prime Minister other day announce the launch of the Prime Minister Garib Kalyan Rozgar Yojana. Now that is entirely a different Yojana where how to generate jobs for these people in the villages. Now, if you look at these two, both the Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana and the Rozgar Yojana, these are both part of that package the Government of India announced to overcome the crisis caused by the coronavirus.
Mr. Iyer, how does a program of such a large scale get implemented in a country of the size of India, a huge population? How does the government ensure? What are the mechanisms that are in place? Obviously, we all know that there is a lot of COVID pandemic delivery mechanism that has been created by state governments. But the issue is the delivery of the program.
One thing we have to understand, the fact that the Government of India can go on such a huge ambitious scheme is because we have already seen that all over the country, the ration cards have been actually matched with the Aadhaar card. Both have been linked. This linking process was completed between 2014 and 2019 during Modi government's first tenure. That is why the Prime Minister, along with this, also said we are moving forward on this one nation, one card. So the first thing we have to remember, there is already a targeted public distribution system in place with the Department of Food and Civil Supplies at the center working on the modalities through the state governments and the district authorities and down to the actual village level. And if you see in terms of total requirement of food grain, because you talked of the magnitude of the scheme, this is about 32 million tons of food grains. And for these 32 million tons of food grain to actually move through from the FCI godowns and warehouses in different places to the public distribution center and to those villages where the people will have to take the benefit. This is a massive exercise. We already saw the Prime Minister's office setting up a group of secretaries, particularly to deal with the logistics mechanism. Because soon after the lockdown, there were problems of highways being stuck because of all these trucks carrying essential goods were subjected to checks. Then subsequently, the Ministry of Road Transport issued instruction that all the essential goods must be allowed free pass. And then in order to further remove bottlenecks, visa instructions were given, don't stop the trucks whether they are carrying essential or non-essential, because at some checkpoint there were long queues. Now that part has been sorted out. So the food supply is already moving on. Now since that it has moved on for the last 3 months, April, May and June. Now it is going to be easier because the system is already on the move. So you will see for almost 5 months, the train or the caravan of food grains is already on the move. This is about 32 million tons because the cost that has been worked out is something like 1,48,938 crore, and if you add all other costs to it, comes to 1.5 lakh crore. Now, of that, the subsidy component in terms of financial cost is 1.22 lakh crore is a subsidy component. So you can see that in terms of cost, the central government is in a position to absorb this cost. So similarly, if you look at 1 kilogram of pulses per family, and that is you are going to cover about 80 crore families, is expected to cost about 11,800 crores. So, and the transportation cost itself involves about 800 to 900 crores in this. So magnitude of operation and magnitude in terms of financial cost, this is a very massive exercise that is being undertaken.
The good news in respect of the announcement of the free ration schemes, perhaps, which has been possible, also because this year a bumper crop is expected. No, Mr. Iyer, the Chief Minister of Punjab, while addressing the press in the middle of the pandemic, had announced that the state is expecting a huge bumper crop this year, and around 185 lakh tons of wheat are being expected from Punjab alone. And if you remember, Prime Minister Modi, during his address on Tuesday, not only thanked farmers for this bumper harvest, he also thanked the Indian taxpayers, because he said that it is only because of the tax-paying public of the country that the government is in a position to undertake such a mammoth food security scheme.
Absolutely. You see, the thanking the farmers is because they have worked, toiled hard and given us these bumper crops. And we have seen last year also FC had a record procurement, and this year also we are headed towards another record-breaking procurement. So in terms of availability of food grains, there is a lot of food grains available, there is a buffer stock. And if you consider, previously whenever this issue has come, distribution of food grains, we have seen previous governments were hesitant to get into this kind of cost exercise. So the Prime Minister thanking the farmers is itself a message that they are our Annadata and they have given us this kind of bounty, which can be now put to use to help the poor. The second thing, the element of thanking the honest taxpayers, because as I mentioned earlier, the element of subsidy involved, the element of subsidy itself shows for the government of India to bear the cost of 1,22,000 crore of subsidy. That it is entirely coming because lot of honest taxpayers have paid to the state exchequer, to the government exchequer. That is why government is in a position to actually fund this kind of scheme. That is why the Prime Minister mentioned that farmers and the honest taxpayers have played a big role. And when we consider the kind of distress that we saw when all these migrant workers wanted to go back to their home, and the immediate concern was, food. That is why wherever they were advised, the kitchens were opened, and we immediately saw soon after the lockdown, kitchens functioning in several places, both by the state authorities, by district authorities. Since many of them have gone back to their villages, the idea is the average family which has been displaced because of the lockdown can immediately not worry about the food, which is their first thought, Nobody should go hungry is the principle behind this Antodaya Anna Yojana, that nobody should worry about from where the next meal will come. The second thing is, we have seen already under this Garib Kalyan Yojana, we saw that money was also given directly paid through the direct benefit transfer, where women were given 500 rupees per month. And apart from that, farmers were also being given. And in terms of figures, if you see that, they were given almost 18,000 crore were deposited in bank account of more than 9 crore farmers, which is also a very significant amount.
The United Nations World Food Programme did warn recently that an estimated 265 million people across the world could face acute food insecurity by the end of 2020 in the light of the ongoing COVID pandemic and lockdowns and restrictions across the world. Mr. Iyer, what we need to also remember is that in respect of our own country, the government perhaps did well by starting to unlock the agriculture-based industry. If you remember, once the unlocking period started, it was repeatedly emphasized that it is very important to keep the agricultural industry running safely as an essential business. and the markets well supplied with affordable and nutritious food, because naturally there is bound to be potential rise in food insecurity on account of the pandemic. Many countries are facing that.
Garib Kalyan Yojana was itself announced when the finance minister came with the package. We saw that the first package was for about 1.75 lakh crore. Under this package only, we have seen 31,000 crore which has been deposited in the bank account of 20 crore poor families. The idea is this, since the rural India is which has taken the maximum brunt of this economic impact of the lockdown, that they should have cash on hand to go about their daily requirements. So that is one. So apart from that, if you look at the 20 lakh crore stimulus package or the corona pandemic revival package, if you look at that package, a large component is towards the agriculture sector, which is by way of more than 3 lakh crore for farmers, getting easy credit for farmers, and apart from extending the Kisan credit schemes. And apart from that, we have also seen the government's move to help all these small shopkeepers, small street vendors who can, take some small loans, even starting from a minimum of 10,000 rupees. They can again get back on their feet with these small loans. So the whole idea, if you look at the 20 lakh crore package, along with the Garib Kalyan Yojana package, and we must remember the other thing, the Prime Minister's Garib Kalyan Rozgar Yojana, which the Prime Minister just launched in Uttar Pradesh and some other states, including Bihar. Now that is also an important scheme, because this Garib Kalyan Rozgar Yojana is see that somehow the laborers can get quick employment. And for this already the government has set aside 50,000 crores, so that will require, skill training or reskilling in some places, or giving some money to start some entrepreneurial activity.
That will be important, what you are saying, because loss of income and remittances is reducing people's ability to buy food, and farmers are also not able to sell their entire produce. In fact, one reason why the migrants had to return to their native states from where they were actually staying was that they had run out of money. Of course, that the free food grain extension scheme is going to provide succor to a lot of migrants who've gone back home. And as you said, the new scheme to provide employment to them.
This was well observed by the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Adityanath Yogi also, who realized that, these people who are coming back, they should not come back, in a sense of total desperation. So therefore, some of them are very skillful people. Some are working as plumbers, electricians, tailors. They all have skills that can be, some may be reskilling, so that they are able to stand on their own feet. Because once situation gets to normal, it is quite possible many of them would like to return to cities. Already we are seeing reports of some laborers wanting to go back, or their previous employers calling them back, even willing to provide them full train fare and taking them back. Because after all, as Unlock 2 moves forward, more normal activity starts, we are bound to see them going back. That is a reverse migration. But when it happened, Government of India and some states, particularly from where these migrations have taken place, whether it is Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, or Madhya Pradesh, all the state governments feel there has to be some kind of a social net for these laborers who should not be put to such a distress that we saw. Along with this Garib Anna Yojana, the important scheme that is actually which the Prime Minister mentioned in the address is the One Nation, One Card. This is a very important thing. We have seen that already the Food and Civil Supplies Ministry is working to formally roll it out very soon. And last year we saw the Civil Supplies Ministry did a pilot test in 4 states. That is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. The plan is to roll out to see that it can be covered in many states, because the Prime Minister's office wants all the states to be covered by this scheme by March 1st of next year, that is 2021. Now, as I said earlier, during 2014-19, all these cards were linked by Aadhaar. Now, the new thing that is coming, this One Nation, One Card, is this card can be used all over the country. See, whether they are in the cities where they are seeking employment, or they have come for employment, or in the villages, they can use the same card. Like a bank ATM card you can use anywhere, all over the country. Similarly, they can use this card, draw the ration they require, because sometimes they can even take whatever they have taken in the villages, the remaining they can take in the cities where they are going. Now, this card will have, just like our debit card, credit card, a 10-digit number. And so that this is the unique number which will be held by the ration card holder. This is going to revolutionize actually this food security scheme. What we are already seeing now and what is to come very soon, as the Prime Minister indicated in his address.
Mr. Iyer, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on the second phase of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. The participants were Shekhar Iyer, political analyst, and Aditi Tandon, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app News on AIR. This program is also available on our website newsonair.com. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.